strikes play out on Friday night, I was thinking to myself, okay, Israel was very strategic here. No oil centers, no nuclear centers. They kind of followed the Biden suggested playbook. That leads me to believe that they wanted to send a message, Aaron, but also if Kamala Harris was president, they realized they have to play ball with her. So they were walking a fine line.
Well, it's an excellent question. I'm going to deep dive into this on my podcast. Here's where I'm at with that one, Jackie. I believe that the airstrike on Iran by Israel was limited for one specific reason. I believe it was the Biden-Harris admin's leak of the classified Israeli documents to target Iran's nuclear reactor, which forced Israel to take a softer path, and that's the truth. And while Israel was able to do something very unprecedented in terms of crossing into Iranian territory, and we'll get into that, the fact is that Israel had plans to attack Iran's nuclear facilities. Iran is inching closer very quickly to a nuclear-capable position. And so I think that this was Israel having again to please or appease the Biden-Harris administration. I don't get political, Jackie. This is just what I'm seeing on a tactical level here. And I think Israel did the best it could, given the fact there's an election coming up here. You were just talking about oil prices. If Israel goes after that oil and goes after that nuclear reactor, it could be very troublesome for the Biden-Harris admin. And so I think Israel was put back on a leash, just like we saw in Rafah, just where we just happened to kill Yehi Sinwar, in ongoing operations, boots on the ground. And I think Israel had to kind of play ball again and sacrifice some of its security.
Aaron, you used the phrase Israel's put back on a leash. It seems to me that Benjamin Netanyahu has no interest in being on anyone's leash. And if he had intentions to go after nuclear sites, is that coming next? I mean, are new plans in place, or is that permanently on hold?
It's a good question. Here's where I'm at with that one. I believe right now that the calm within the IRGC, to me, like we say in Hebrew, to speak the language of the Middle East means to understand that Iran's calm right now is a calm before a larger storm. I believe we're going to see more action from Iran, which means that Israel has to prepare for a potential nuclear strike. And I think that there are still plans in the works, but that entire paradigm needs to be shifted to put it back into that quiet vanguard and have Israel set itself up to be able to strike when nobody is expecting it. And it needs to be done in a very special ops, counter-terror, spooky type of way. That's the only way we operate, is that by way of deception, guys.
Aaron, it's interesting. The last time you were on our program, you said that there is still hope for the more than 100 hostages being held. Do you still hold that view?
I do. And I think that Bibi, who was in Israel's top hostage rescue unit, remember his brother's a national treasure, was one of the only Israeli casualties in Entebbe rescuing hostages back in '76. I believe that's at the forefront on Israel's plate. David Barnea, our Mossad chief, heading to Qatar to talk to the Qataris to try and negotiate a temporary ceasefire to get hostages back, has always been a priority for Israel. It's a priority for Bibi. Hostages have always been number one. And Barnea is a seasoned Mossad veteran. Worst case scenario, he's going to read everybody's body language, and he's going to pick up all kinds of nuggets he can bring back to Israel to be able to define whether or not the Qataris are being truthful, and hopefully we can get some more hostages back. How's it going, guys? Aaron Cohen here, Israeli Special Operations veteran. If you guys enjoyed that interview and you're a fan of my work, I've got some exciting news. I've just launched the Aaron Cohen Show podcast on YouTube. It's going to be even a deeper dive into my work in Israel and peeling back all those incredible magical operations that Israel's been pulling off. I'm also going to be combating that anti-IDF and anti-Israel misinformation garbage. But I need your help. Hit the link in my description or in my bio and grab yourself a mini sponsorship package. They start at about $25. Help support the first season of the Aaron Cohen Show and become a sponsorship team member. Appreciate you guys.